It's a very common mistake for people, business owners in the trade industry to have a huge focus, a dialed in focus on marketing and no focus at all on or a system to retain their current customers. Business owners, trade business owners focus on marketing and not customer retention because that's how they trained to be. That's how they started their business. That's what they needed to do to get their foot in the door and get established and start getting some income. So I understand that, and it's completely normal. But the key is to substantially and exponentially grow a business. Yes, you need new customers. You need to do advertising. You need to do marketing, but the customer retention, keeping your current customers happy, keeping them coming back for more, continue to take care of them. That's how you significantly grow your business and revenue and create a much bigger, better, profitable business. This is what happens to business owners, trade business owners that have a singular focus on just advertising and no focus on customer retention. Basically, you get to a point where you plateau. You can't grow anymore. You're doing more to gain even less. You become frustrated. You get to a point where a lot of business owners will burn out because they're working harder than ever, or either doing the same as they've always done, or not even get to that point, depending on economic situations and other factors. It's advertise, bring a few new customers in, take care of them once or twice, and then they're out the door. And it's a constant hamster wheel of more new customers, but those customers leave and go somewhere else because of a lack of protocol, great customer service, several other factors that don't keep those customers loyal to your brand and your business. A business owner will find balance between advertising and customer retention by having both. Obviously, you need both, so you got to have the balance, like I just said. But the balance is really shouldn't shift towards the retention, because if you think about it, in the 80-20 rule, which I love and I implement throughout my business owners' businesses, you're going to get more income, you're going to get more impact, if you will, by focusing on the 20%, which is the customer retention, to create that extra income, the revenue, the profitability, than spending as much time on the marketing and those aspects of things. At some point, you've got to have a focus and shift to, hey, my impact is and revenue and all that is going to be able to help me grow my business is going to come from the retention of my customers. So let's do what we can to create a better product, a better service, a better customer service experience, so those customers stay with me. When you do advertise, when you do spend some money on that marketing and bring in new customers, they're sticking with you as well. It's not a hamster wheel of new customer in and customer out. So it's a whole system, but you got to focus on the retention part to really expedite your business and create those huge gains. The 80-20 rule is the Pareto principle. Basically, what it means is if you look at really anything in life, obviously we're talking about business here, and the trades business is you've got to look at what inputs can I put in or what can I focus on that's going to create and maximize the outputs. So I just mentioned retention, one of the key components. If I focus a little bit on retention and create systems and a process there, it's going to have a major impact and input on the revenue and profitability of the business. Most business owners flip that rule, though. Instead of let's look at the 20% that creates 80% of impact, they tend to navigate and fall to the 80% that only creates 20% of impact. And that sets up a scenario where it's very frustrating. There's burnout. There's just more and more to get very little results. So if you flip that, have a mindset and have a thought of what's the 20% that will create 80% of impact, much better, efficient, easier, successful way to run a business when your mindset's of that 80-20 rule. The way you shift your focus from acquisition to retention, see that impact and know that if you focus on retention and improving customer service, you are going to see a major impact and you will see it very quickly. So again, you need to have that marketing side of things, but when you're focused on a better product, a better service, a better customer service experience that automatically creates better retention, that tends to shift your focus right there. And you can dial into that more and more. I know it's really easy to keep that mindset. And business owners that have been in business for 20 years, and they still have that mindset that, hey, we need to market and spend a ton of money marketing and getting all those new customers. And they never really shift over to that retention. And they've plateaued and they get frustrated and they just can't move past that. You got to step back. You got to look at your business differently when you've been in business for 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 years than you were when you initially started up. Yes, starting up, you needed marketing and you had to hustle and you had to get all those new customers. But you're in a different place now. You generally have a reputation. You have a whole customer base. You do need to do some marketing, but if you shift that focus to, hey, let's create a scenario where we're retaining and building upon the foundation we already have, that's how you break through that ceiling, that plateau, that frustration, and take your business, and I've seen it, and I've worked with business owners that do this all the time, take it to a whole new level that they thought they never could achieve, simply by changing that focus of, okay, let's create a better experience for our customers on the retention side and not worry so much about the advertising and marketing side.